Welcome everyone, Doom Black Dragon here, bringing you a special game. I say special because it's one of my favorite, Fallout 2. Alright, so we're just going to jump into it and start off with our character creation. And actually, this stuff in the game really does matter. I do kind of like the females, and they do have a little bit of a disadvantage, but it's pretty cool. I like the whole climbing up a hill type challenge. Um, so we can change our hair style: blonde female, red hair female, oh, and default. I think I like the redhead just because it's in the ponytail. So yeah, these stats are actually very crucial, but at the same time very, what's it called? They're somewhat important when it comes to certain stats like charisma. Charisma is not really that good of a stat in this game. Now, what you might be thinking, well, it improves your speech. Yes, no. What I'm talking about is that there is a handful, and I mean a handful of speech encounters that will require you to have like Charisma 4, Charisma 2, or something like that. So, yeah, very few of them. You'll have actually far more of them when you go into like having int. Yes, there's going to be skill checks for all of these type things. Oh wait, I can put that up there. And the reason why I'm putting my points here is because we're going to take skilled. Skilled is not really a it's a very strong trait for beginning game, and it just remains strong even to late game, because it's like I gain a +1 to all my stats. Yes, +1 to all my stats, and let's see. But at the cost of having 10% less of these stats at the beginning and 5 less. Well, I have a 9 intellect. I'm pretty good at that. So that's pretty good. Small frame, also one of those things. It's like I have a little less weight carry, but I gain 1 extra agility. So it's a very good skill. We will take speech, small guns, and first aid. Now a lot of these stats are really good, but it's like some are a little more critical than others. First aid, for example, is something you really want to get high fast. And you're probably thinking like, wow, 51 gun skills? 51 is okay, and it's actually pretty terrible. And you're probably thinking like, what, 51 out of 100? No. This is 51 out of 300. 300. Yes, you've heard me correct. You can get to 300%. And we will go and name our character Lana. And let us begin our little adventure.
Come in, Chosen One. There are things you must know. The village is dying. The signs are everywhere. Withering crops. Dying famine. Sick children.
It's a mutant! Kill it!
There is hope, however. A slim hope that few know of. The old discs speak of an item called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. It is said it can bring life to the wasteland. This will be your quest, if you prove yourself worthy. For that proof, you must first journey to the Temple of Trials. If you survive, come back to me. We will talk life is in your hands, Chosen One. Prove yourself. Find the Gek. Be our salvation.
Okay, so you might have noticed we're not starting in a vault. Well, there's a reason for that. Fallout 2 is the continuation of the story of Fallout 1. Well, that's kind of a duh. Well, not like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, and those are going to be really nothing connected to any one of those games. What happens is at the end, Fallout 1, you were tasked by the Vault Keeper to go and find a water chip because your water chip was failing in your vault. You end up finding that, but along the way, well, this was just a test run, so we're just going to ignore it. I'm going to save over it. During your adventures out in the wasteland, you came across a group of monsters called the Super Mutants. Now, you all might remember them from Fallout 3, and I kind of want to just vaguely ignore those because they kind of go against the lore of the story. Oh, I'm not close enough. Okay. So, ooh. Was that only a 4% chance? No, -1. Not enough light in this area. Light actually will play a big part in the game. So I'd rather this guy get a little closer so I can see what I'm punching. 39%, that's pretty good. Oh, nope. I took 1 damage. That's okay. Alrighty. Good, good. So, you go back and you tell the Vault Keeper of the Super Mutants and of the, what's it called? Of the, chip. And the Vault Keeper is like, hey, yeah, you better go out there and kill those things. You're strong enough to do it. So you're sent out in there and you actually find that the Super Mutants are a flawed creation by a creature called the Master. And the Master is a really freaking mutated creature sitting on a another Vault's Overseer's desk. Now you're probably thinking, Overseer desk, yeah, I remember those from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. No, those were little cheap things compared to Fallout 2 and Fallout 1. Overseer desk had like 10 guns or something ridiculous. They murdered you fast. Oh. Alrighty. So also I'm going to change the preference. We're keeping the difficulty on normal, but I'm going to add always run. I don't know if the music is too loud if I pop it up that high. I mean, the music's awesome, but I don't want it to be drowning out everything. So we'll go over here. There's going to be a few more, what's it called, ants over here. Gotta be careful because I don't know where it's at. Of course, if I don't know where it's at, I can do this and, oh, there are all 3 of them. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Hello, ants. Okay, I got one. I just want to move over here. Remember, light actually will help me. If you saw earlier, I had like a -1% when I was fighting in the dark. This is pitch black. I mean, you gotta think about this as super dark. We'll be using torchlight every so often to to give us light. I know this is a little boring. I'm sorry about this, but yeah. Unfortunately, trying to fight in bad lighting will get you hurt severely, if not killed. Alright, good. We got that one. Alright, so he's going to come up trying to get me. I'm going to run away. Stand by this light. Now you're probably noticing that I'm getting to move first a lot. That's because I have high agility, so only a person with like agility 10 would be able to beat me on the turn sequence. Which of course means Death Claws. Yes, Death Claws make a return in this game. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean a return? Well, if you played Fallout 1, there was actually a bonus mission, well, side mission, to actually kill a Deathclaw. It was the first time you saw it, and it was an extreme boss, and it actually kicked your ass if you weren't careful. And weren't prepared. Oh, how do you get prepared? Well, first thing is, you get dog meat. Oh my gosh, dog meat was broken in Fallout 1. What do I mean? Well, he could hit a Deathclaw always, even though the Deathclaw had enough armor that it did no damage, but Dogmeat, on the other hand, could not be hit by the Deathclaw, and he kept very good aggro on it. Alrighty, that was actually perfect. We'll come over here and loot this. Some healing powder for when we get severely injured. We don't want to do that because that will drop our, what's it called? Our perception by a great deal. I know there's 2 scorpions in here. Oh. I'll come over here and punch this thing from behind with a 5% chance and back up. Oh, okay, so it hit me for 2, but that's alright because I wasn't poisoned. These things can poison me, and one of the traits you can take is one that gives you like faster healing, but at the same time you take more poison and radiation damage. Alright, so it missed. Good. Alright, I killed that one. Good. So I've slain that creature with a critical hit of 4. So you might have noticed it did go with a different animation. Trying to aggro this guy, kite him over to the fire. In my turn. I keep forgetting I can hit spacebar for turn skips, which is a nice thing. Yeah? Ooh. Okay. Wasn't poisoned though. I keep forgetting it. I can also just click Scorpion missed. Oh man. We're not doing a good job. Alright, so here it is. We've been poisoned for our first time. And here's the thing. You can actually be poisoned multiple times. Now you might be thinking like, well, your life points aren't dropping. Well, that's because poison isn't like instant action like it is in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. It actually takes time to get through your blood system. Ooh boy. That is not good. And we're actually going to have to book it. Oh shit. Not good. Come on, kill it! Kill it! Whew. One more hit and I'm dead. Oh, yes! Oh, that is so good. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is actually end up using of healing. So as you saw, I did gain plus 17 HP, but my perception dropped by 1, which is alright. Now we'll loot the scorpions. These are worth some money. They're also very heavy. Oops, wrong button. I'm gonna hit that and then done. Now you might have noticed I'm still poisoned, but I'm not losing HP. Why is that? Well, like I said, it's slow coursing through my... It courses through my veins slowly, like in real life. But I can also do this and go... Not that. Go to my skills and hit first aid. I have a 44% chance to heal myself. I failed to do any healing, but I feel better. I take damage from the poison. Alright, so I took 1 dot of damage, and you might notice my poison... I don't know if my poison resist actually increased any, but naturally, by taking radiation and poison and surviving it, you will gain resistance to that. So yes, I'm idolized with my tribe because I'm the chosen one. But I gotta try to get some more first aid in. Okay, so I failed to heal myself. Failed to heal... What the... An ant triggered the... triggered the trap and nearly avoided the projectile. So yeah, first aid doesn't just sit still when you aid up, or it isn't just like using a stim pack and you're instantly healed. Using first aid does take time. And I'm going over here because there is 2 more scorpions, and there was some good XP. Oh. So I kind of want him to come over here. And see, I'm now using an attack called Strong Kick. It has a 30% chance. I can do an aimed Strong Kick, but still 30%. I can switch my weapons for an aimed punch attack. 30%. Okay. So Kick's going to do more damage, but at the same time, it's going to cost me an extra action point. Like right there, I just hit it for 7. I missed. And my turn's up. I got hit and got poisoned. But yeah, like you saw, 2 kicks killed that scorpion versus like a dozen or so punches. Whew, I really need to use some first aid. Or get some first aid taken care of. I failed, but oh man. This isn't good. This is not good. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm no longer poisoned, but I still haven't healed myself at all. Oh boy. Definitely not going my way. I'm gonna have to save it. Probably right here. Now you're probably thinking like, well, this is this tutorial. No. This game is not afraid to say, yeah, tutorial over, you're dead. Which kind of sucks about it, but it makes more sense. I mean, this is a trial to see if you are worthy to save your people. 19. Alright. Okay. Oh! Nice. And I'm actually gonna move over here. Whew. Wasn't poisoned though. And we killed it. Good. Now the downside is that yeah, I failed to heal myself. Am I going to become fatigued? Oh, I healed myself for 2. About time. Eventually you'll get fatigued and you can't do any more healing or actions of this type. Because, like I said, a couple of hours are going to be going by as you do this. I gained 1 perception. Alrighty. Three hit points. Good, good, good. And if you noticed, what was this? My first aid went up from 44 to 46. That is correct. You will gain skills by using them. This is something Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 does not have, and I wish it did have it. So I healed myself for 5 HP, yes. Haven't quite grown. The strain might kill you. Okay, so I can't heal myself anymore. I am capped. Actually, I have to wonder. Did I just talk out of my rear? Let's see. First aid is... Okay, perception. No. My first aid went up by 2% because I got a 1 point into perception. So never mind about that. Now, it could be true. You could get points by using skills. I can't remember. I'm just going to save again. And I want to grab this other scorpion. Okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right in the fire. Oh. Sweet. That was a good hit. Oh, come on, hit it, hit it. Yes! So I can do that. There's a corpse. Poor fella who tried to come in here before me. Only has a spear. We can sell that later for bottle caps, which we'll have to... we're gonna need to take everything we can because... if you remember, our bartering is terrible. How terrible, you might say? -2. That is right. It is negative. Yes, in this game, there are negatives. So you have to be absolutely careful about what you do. So here, we're going to need to lockpick this. And the wall. Another thing about this thing is it's not only the starting area, but it does give you a tutorial of a lot of things. Like, I'll move slowly here, and I see traps. Like, right there in front of me. I will move here. And remember, the ant triggered the trap earlier that we heard of. And we failed to disarm the trap. Not surprising, we only have an 18% chance to. Failed. I gotta keep remembering which button I have to hit. And these are instant. Now, after 4 failures, the trap kind of like permanently locks. Watch. Oh, no, never mind. I've actually succeeded. So yeah, there's going to be all these different plates hitting around here. Since I have high perception, I can see them all. And while it might be what 15 points might be nice, it's not quite worth it because as you can see I have to click and do this and move. So it would take me forever to actually clear all the traps. And don't worry, we'll get plenty of XP from other things, and, you know, I did make up a lot of XP for healing myself. Now, is it the 5th time? Okay. I'm just trying to show you when the trap actually, like, permanently closes. If it does. I can't remember if it does. Oh! Okay, so there I triggered the trap and a spear fell. I can actually pick it up, too, which is nice. So now I have acquired a sharp spike. Hello, hello. Not close enough, huh? Oh, alright. I'll try one kick at 0%. Yeah, definitely not a good idea. Come over here. We'll let this little scorpion come to us. Yes, stay in the fire where I can see you better. Boom! So we were hit for 5, but luckily not poisoned. Oh boy. So that is a very good thing, very good, because now we can head over here and I think we can first aid again. Nope. Alright. We're gonna have to want to go up here and get the first aid kit then. Well, not first aid kit, but you know, the healing kit. And I'll head over here. In my turns. Alright. Keep coming, little guy. Keep coming. So these lesser scorpions, you can think of them like the box scorpions from Fallout New Vegas. Your first introduction to the scorpions, and 3 hits, but no poison. Good. Alright, good kick. Good. Alrighty. Definitely want to save again. And I'm going to kind of be saving a lot just because this game is brutal. It's unforgiving and it will kill you. I mean, even on easy difficulty, this game is tough. Alright. I think this is the use button, right? Yes. So we now have 27 out of 30, but we've lost 1 perception, and you saw how much perception actually affected now first aid. And we'll kind of be stuck like that until we sleep. Oh, I have to... Okay, so the ants are right there. Because the game is kind of hard to see where your opponents might be at, It does allow you to do that. Okay, so I got hit for one. Do I try? No, I'm going to run over to the fire. And since I'm already here, okay, yes. We're gonna need that because in the next room is, this is a door we can't lockpick. We actually have to blow it up. So we're gonna want that. Come a little closer. And after this turn of combat, I think this will be a great place to stop the oh, not this turn, but after this battle, it would be a great place to end the episode. Oh. I don't want to fight him with a -1 hit chance. Oh. Really? Alright, so he missed as well, that's good. Alright, good, good, good. Alright, so that will be it for Fallout 2's first episode. Tune in next time.